Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me once again. We're going to do a introduction via video regarding the topic of conversation today, and the actual recording will be via audio. So a little bit different, and I hope you enjoy it. The topic is going to be Usman Khawaja and his defiance against the ICC in terms of what he feels is a humanitarian cause. He obviously made that statement on his shoes, where he said that he was speaking on behalf of a humanitarian cause rather than an individual cause. And but the ICC feel that it was a political statement by Usman Khawaja. They reprimanded him and wouldn't allow him to wear those shoes with that message on against Pakistan in the first Test match. And then Usman, what he did was he wore the black armband. Again, the ICC are on his back, saying that this is a political statement in defiance of the ICC regulations. And Usman is saying that no, he wore the black armband for a personal bereavement. So, yeah, we're going to discuss that now in an audio format. Thank you very much.
So it's been Usman Khawaja versus the International Cricket Council recently. Usman Khawaja is 37 years old. He's an experienced cricketer. He's a wily campaigner. He's somebody who's played a lot of cricket, domestic cricket and international cricket around the world. So he's a young pup trying to make a name for himself on social media or in the public eye. He's an experienced, intelligent guy, somebody who's got family. He's established, and he's nobody's fool really. So I think when he talks, when he makes statements, people listen. So a little bit of background. He put the words "all lives are equal" on the shoes ahead of the first Test match against Pakistan at Perth, which is a statement that the ICC didn't really like, given what's going on in the Middle East. And I mean, I certainly don't want to get into the politics of what's going on out there. Everybody has their own views on that, and we can see the pictures and the catastrophe that is happening out there, the tragedy that's in the Middle East. And without taking any sides, it's something that obviously Usman feels very strongly about. He says it wasn't a political statement. He said it was a humanitarian cause, and he's backed that up on various platforms and said that he wasn't taking sides and that he feels genuinely that all lives are equal. He didn't mention any race or religion in any of his statements, in any of his videos, even on his shoes. As I say, he put "all lives are equal" rather than specifying preference for one race or religion. But the ICC said that he couldn't wear the shoes, which is interesting, really, because many feel that it was a humanitarian cause and agree with Usman Khawaja. So after that, having not been allowed to wear the shoes during the Test match with the statement on there, Usman decided to wear a black armband. Again, the ICC weren't happy about this. The black armband, the ICC feel, contravenes their rules regarding clothing and equipment, and Usman feels that, what he said is that the black armband wasn't in defiance of the ICC or a dig at the ICC. Rather, it was a case of a personal bereavement. So he wore the black armband for that bereavement, rather than any situation where he feels that he was trying to CC. So Cricket Australia caught between a rock and a hard place. Obviously, they have to adhere to the ICC guidelines, but they've got an experienced player who is, making a statement, a strong statement as well. And Cricket Australia, again, as I say, they're in a very difficult position. They want to support the player, but then also they don't want to upset the ICC. What is intriguing really is that the ICC are coming down hard on Usman Khawaja, but in the past they haven't come down as hard on other nations or other players, in similar situations. I mean, we'll remember a few years back when the Indian team wore army caps to support their army. Now, if that isn't defiance of ICC clothing regulations or making a statement, then I don't understand what is. Did any of the Indian players get fined? No. Were the BCCI reprimanded? No. So come on, ICC, don't just pick on one guy. If you've got rules, if you've got regulations, then apply them to everybody, not just individual players or certain players from certain countries. If you're going to make these rules for everyone to follow, then make them for everybody, and don't just pick and choose when you want to enforce these rules. So I feel Usman was right in making that statement. Again, I don't want to get into the politics of what has been suggested by some people, but he's well within his rights to make that statement. We've seen Moeen Ali in the past as well. He was fined and reprimanded by the ICC for wearing the Gaza wristbands. So if it can apply to Moeen Ali, can apply to Usman Khawaja, then to other nations, other players, other teams. So let's have some consistency, ICC. Don't pick and choose where you're enforcing the rules and when you're enforcing them. I think Usman Khawaja deserves some support. He's being brave. He's standing up to the ICC. He's standing up for a humanitarian cause. As I say, he's not being biased towards any religion. He's not being biased towards any race. He is simply saying that all lives are equal, which I think is a very fair statement to make. And I think more cricketers should be supporting him. I'm disappointed that he's not had the backing of more cricketers and a stronger backing from Cricket Australia as well, who, as I say, are sitting on the fence. But as I say, the ICC need to take a long, hard look at themselves and stop picking and choosing when they want to enforce these rules. Thank you very much.